Why are you always so hateful?
You'll be glad of the hateful things I do someday when you're queen, and I'm all that stands between you and your beloved king.
There are a lot of clues, especially in the book, so sometimes these clues offer up conflicting predictions. But there is one clue that we know for sure is important. The so-called Unkiss, the kiss that never happened between Sandor and Sansa. We know that this will pay off because George R.R. Martin said so himself. George said that will eventually mean something. YouTuber Keith Allen is one who challenges my hypotheses and offers new ones, and one of these new ones is awesome. I totally dig it. After all the sad Sandor videos lately, you're gonna like this. And it turns out, David Mosney suggested this 5 months ago, but I was too dumb to bump up the topic at the time. Better late than never.
I can take you with me. Take you to Winterfell.
It's not a SanSan video, but it's an extension of the SanSan theory, Sandor and Sansa. I'll explain, but first, please let me thank all the channel members, as well as David Fraser and Wei Wei for helping in the campaign to save a child's life. Thanks, guys. Alright, so the main SanSan theory is about Sandor and Sansa falling in love. And that can go a couple of ways, them falling in love, or Sandor dying to protect her, or vice versa, Sansa protecting Sandor. But here's a third option, and there's reason to believe that it's going to happen. We need to review two things, the Unkiss and the last kiss. The Unkiss is a kiss that Sansa remembers, a kiss that never happened. If you're a show-only fan, you might not know this because the show doesn't give us train of thought, but it's easy to explain. Basically, Sandor broke at the Battle of Blackwater. Before fleeing the capital, he offered to take Sansa with him. She said no. He then forced her to sing him a song, took off his Kingsguard cloak, and he left. But he never kissed her. However, at least 3 times in the future, Sansa thinks about their kiss, a kiss that never happened. And like I said, George R.R. Martin himself is on record as saying, quote, that will eventually mean something. So now let's look at another type of kiss, another special kiss. It's called the last kiss, or the kiss of life. Again, if you're a show-only fan, you might not know this, but it's easy to understand. You know how Thoros of Myr raised Beric from the dead? He did it 6 times. Each time, Beric was less and less himself. Thoros told him that the 7th time would be the end of them both, meaning he couldn't do it again. This implies that Thoros is donating some of his own life fire, so to say, to raise Beric. It's
blood magic. Only death pays for life.
So a little bit of Thoros dies each time he raises Beric, and that partial death partially resurrects Beric. Beric comes back less and less himself each time. In the show, Thoros just ran over and he said a prayer. But in the canon, it's called the last kiss. You say a prayer and you breathe fire into the person. It's probably not literal fire though, because like I've said before, breathing fire into a dying person would be pretty rude. And George R.R. Martin often uses fire as a synonym for life.
But now his fire has gone out.
So you breathe fire into someone. Basically, it's CPR. The Ironborn call it the kiss of life. And later in the story, Thoros refers to the last kiss as the kiss of life. Now, it might just be CPR when the Ironborn do it, because the dudes spit up water, just like people do in real life. But when Thoros did it to Beric, it's more than just CPR. It's magical CPR, for lack of better words. It's blood magic, because Beric is dead or dying from grievous wounds, stuff that CPR alone would not have fixed, such as getting half his skull caved in, a dirk through his eye and possibly his brain, and even after being hung, or hanged, whatever. The point is, it's blood magic for sure. You give up some of your own life fire to raise the person. So once again, it's called the last kiss. Thoros gave it to Beric 6 times, and in the books, Beric gave it 1 time to Lady Cat, raising her as Lady Stoneheart. When Thoros did it, he lived, but like we said, he didn't believe that he could do it a 7th time. And when Beric did it his first time, Beric died. Now let's get back to the Unkiss. At least 3 times, Sansa recalls a kiss between her and the Hound, Sandor Clegane, but it never happened. Yet. There's a chance that Sansa dies or is mortally wounded, and Sandor gives her the last kiss, the kiss of life, bringing his little bird back to life. And if you don't believe me, check this out. Keith pointed out that in the books, Sandor's at the Quiet Isle, right? And Brienne rolls up looking for him and Sansa. There's an elder brother there who's a healer, and the one quote we get about his healing is pretty suspicious. It alludes to him being quite the healer, healing people that even maesters could not. This skill level of healing reminds me of Thoros, whom Lem Lemoncloak once referred to as the best healer. There's never been no better healer. So the elder brother may have been doing blood magic, maybe even the last kiss. So here we go. Sandor saw Thoros raise Beric, and Sandor may have seen the elder brother raise people too. And even without the latter, Sandor knows the magic is real from Thoros and Beric. And this acknowledgement of magic may be one of the keys to accessing the river of magic and doing it himself. George R.R. Martin said that the Unkiss will eventually mean something. Since we've got one other very special type of kiss, the last kiss or the kiss of life, these two special kisses might be connected. Sandor might give Sansa the last kiss, bringing her back to life. Or vice versa. Maybe Sansa gives Sandor the last kiss, the little bird bringing her direwolf back to life. It works either way. Let me know which one you prefer.